What's up, you guys? My name is Sarah. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome for the first time, whatever. Today I decided to just sit down and talk with you while I do my makeup. I've been in quarantine for 4 days, I guess, and I'm going back to work on Saturday. Today's Thursday, so I'm going back on Saturday, and I need to practice doing my makeup because I haven't been doing it. And when I get out of the practice, like the first time that I do it, especially when I do my eyeliner, it is a mess. So I decided that I would just sit down and talk with you guys and do my makeup at the same time. So let's get into the video. Okay, guys, so I kind of wanted to talk to you guys about relationships. I kind of want to make this like a little series thing that I do, maybe, where I just sit down and talk with you guys about whatever's on my mind, or I sit down and talk to you guys about certain topics, mostly things like that. Like, I want to start making content that is a little bit more, I don't know, like some things that have a little more depth to them, you know what I mean? And I feel like I have something to say, so hopefully these will go well. But yeah, so I think that's what we're gonna talk about today. You guys, I'm so embarrassed. Like, you can see how long it's been since I've done my eyebrows. Oh my gosh, girl, that's awful. I don't know, like whenever I'm going to work, or like I'm doing my makeup for work, I just do it real quick, and I don't even think about like trimming up my eyebrows anymore, even though that used to be like the first thing that I would do was like fix my eyebrows. But okay, we're fixing this, girl. We're fixing this. Yes, girl, gotta take care of those hairs in the middle. If I don't, no one will. So I've been going through kind of a rough stage with my skin lately. I think it's mostly because I haven't been very consistent with any kind of like routine for my face. I just kind of have been doing whatever when I can. So I'm just gonna do something little right now. I have these lemon exfoliating slices, swipes away pore clogging dirt and oil. I really like the Clean and Clear products. They work the best for my face, and my face usually doesn't break out whenever I use them, because it does for a lot of other products. Like this little thing actually did happen from the nighttime face wash that I have. But I think it's doing that. It did that because I didn't use the morning one. I just used the night one. And sometimes I'll do that where I'll just use the morning one and then I won't use the night one, or I'll just use the night one and then I won't use the morning one. So I think my face is kind of like, girl, what's going on? Like, get some consistency, please. So I think, yeah, that's why that happened. My face doesn't look too bad. I think I'm starting to get more texture on my face, which I'm a little worried about. I don't really like that, but yeah, my skin doesn't look very good, unfortunately, but I'm gonna try to start taking better care of it. My little thing can't even, it doesn't even look very dirty, but Yeah. And then I have this Clara Beauty Vitamin C and Collagen Moisturizing Cream. Moisturizing Day Cream. And I really like how this stuff makes my face feel. It makes me feel a lot better, but I can't put a lot on because then I'm gonna get little, and they're not even zits, they're just these things, like they're just red dots that come out of my face. Very, very frustrating. Like I feel like I think I put a little bit too much on, but we'll see. Something popped out on my face, then you know what it was. Okay, so I've been in the little dating scene since, I guess, August. A little bit off and on, actually a lot off and on. I'll have moments where I'll meet people. I was on that Facebook dating for a while, and I met a few guys, and then I got off of there because I was like, this is dumb, like I'm not really meeting anybody good. And then I'll get back on it, and then I'll get off, and I'll get back on it, and then I'll get off, and I can never make up my mind, because sometimes it's good, and then there's other times when I just get really hurt, and then I'm like, whatever, like I'm over it. And at the moment, I'm kind of in my over it moments. I met a few guys from there that, like, I thought they were really nice. I thought something was gonna work out with one of them. It didn't, and now we're here months later in January. And I don't know if it's something that I'm gonna go back to. I don't know if I'm ever gonna get back on to that dating website. I don't know if I'm even gonna do the whole dating website thing anymore. Like, part of me just wants to wait it out and see if maybe I meet someone regularly. I mean, I don't know. I'm a little tired of this dating life, to be honest. It's kind of, I don't know. I feel like at one point I was very, very open to it, and I was like, you know, really wanting to find someone, and I felt good, and you know, I was like, okay, like I think I'm ready. Like I really miss having like a best friend. I miss having someone to hang out with. I miss having like that quality time with someone, and that is very hard to find. There's not a lot of guys that want to spend quality time with you if it's not at their house, or if it's not the way that they want to do it. Then they don't want to, because they just want to have sex with you. So sorry, not sorry. Just saying. But yeah, like that's in my case, that's what I was running into a lot. You know, and I just kind of am like tired of that. I felt like every guy that I would meet, I would like, you know, I would be a little closed off at first, because I was like, I don't really know you. I'm not sure like if it's gonna work or not. And then usually like I have like a first date curse or something, where the first dates go amazing, usually 9 times out of 10. Like the first dates or the first times that we meet will be like awesome, everything will be great, so good, and then the next time that we meet will be awful, or that's when everything goes downhill, is the second time that we meet. And that's been very consistent, I will tell you, across the board with these guys. And I don't know, I'm getting a little exhausted. Like, I'm getting tired of being upset over these guys when I really like them and they don't like me, or, you know, there's been a few that they've liked me and I just didn't really like them, or not that I didn't really like them, but I didn't really trust them, so I was just kind of like, you know. Or there was some that I didn't really like all that much, but yeah, that's just kind of like tiring after a while. And again, like, I wasn't really finding what I was looking for, and there was one point where I was pretty closed off to dating even when I was on that app, just because I honestly wasn't over the person that I was with before. And so if anybody kind of like even reminded me of him in any way, I would just be like, ew, like, get away from me. Like, I don't want to be with you. If you're just a copy of this person, I'd rather just have this person, you know. And there was one guy actually that he seemed to really like me, and I liked him. I just wasn't sure, because there was like some red flags that I was like, I feel like I should listen to this. Like, I don't know if I should be with this guy. And then I kind of like, I just wanted to give it more of a chance to be friends first. And he didn't want that. He just wanted a relationship. And I was like, you have to give me some time to like get to that point of wanting a relationship. Like, I feel like at one point in, I don't know, I'm trying to like get my thoughts together because I'm kind of just rambling. But okay, I'll say that when I first started dating, my relationship standards were not very high, and I just wanted to be in a relationship. I didn't really care who I was in a relationship with. I just wanted to be in one because I wanted my happy ever after whatever. And that came to bite me in the butt, obviously, now with the relationship that I was previously in. Obviously didn't work out and whatever. Going into dating again after that, I was just kind of like, okay, like, I think I need to like up my standards a little bit more and be more careful about who I'm choosing to spend my time with. And I was trying to be very careful about who I said yes to a date with. I wasn't just gonna say yes to you just because you asked. Like, I wanted, you know, a few times I was kind of like, hey, like, is it okay if like we get to know each other a little bit more before, you know, we actually go out and do something, or we actually go and meet? And that's something that I will say, is that there was a lot of guys that would tell me, oh, Sarah, like, I really want to get to know you. I really want to, you know, like, let's spend time together. Let's do all this stuff, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, yeah, sure. Like, I'm down to get to know you, spend time with you, whatever. But the only way they'd spend time with me is if I went to their house or they could come to my house or whatever. And I was just like, no, like, why do I always have to go to your house, or why do you always have to come to my house? Like, why can't we go out somewhere or do something? Like, to me, that told me a lot. And then when I would bring it up and I would say, no, like, I don't want to just go to your house. I don't want you to just come to my house, blah, blah, whatever. Like, let's go do something. Like, let's go actually, like, actively do something and try to get to know each other. And when they wouldn't want to do that, that spoke volumes to me, to be like, okay, then you don't really want to get to know me. You just want the potential there for us to end up having sex, because that's what going to your house tells me. And people can be like,
oh, well, you just think that, every guy wants to sleep with you, whatever, blah, blah, blah.
That's not what I think. But time and time again, when you go to a guy's house, what ends up happening, or what do they try to make happen? Okay, like, I'm just talking about based off experience. Like, that is what's happened to me. Like, there's only been one guy ever that I was interested in, but I didn't meet him on Facebook dating. I just knew him. There's only been one guy that's ever invited me to his house, and he didn't try to make anything happen with me. Like, that includes, like, not touching me, trying to do whatever, like, nothing. There was only one guy that ever did that. And it turns out he didn't even really like me all that much. Or he said he did, but I'm thinking he didn't, And yeah. But every other guy, like, they are going to try to make things happen. Like, that's why they want you to go to their house, so that there's the potential of things happening. Like, oh, just come watch a movie with me. Y'all aren't gonna be watching a movie. Especially, like, every single time, like, these guys pick, like, either the most boring movies or the dumbest movies to put on. And they're like, no, just watch it. But, like, they know you're not gonna watch it. Or they don't want to put anything on that you're gonna be super into, because they don't want you to be into the movie. They want you to be into them. Tell me I'm wrong, or prove me wrong. Be like,
oh, I'm a guy and I would never do that, or
oh, I'm a girl and I've been to guys' houses where they didn't do that.
good for you. I've never, just once, like I said, but I've never been in a situation where a guy didn't try to make something happen. I'm not saying it always did, but I'm saying it was definitely attempted, always. So that's why I'm a little more weary or careful, I guess, about going to guys' houses or whatever, because I'm not just, like, I don't know, like, I think I'm kind of at a point with dating where I'm really, like, I'm done. Like, I'm actually, like, people say this all the time, but I'm actually done, like, playing all these games and, like, getting hurt and,
oh, I want a relationship. Oh, well, just not now. I'm not ready. Oh, I've just been so busy.
like, if you knew that you didn't want a relationship, and that's usually the first thing we talk about. Do you want a relationship? Do you not want a relationship? What do you want from this? If you knew you didn't, then why did you go through with it? Just waste my time for nothing, And that's really, really frustrating. Like, even the guys that say, like, oh yeah, like, I really want a relationship, be careful, because usually they're not serious. Like, I just had this guy that literally was pursuing a relationship with me for months, girl, months. And like I said, I just saw like some red flags that I was like, I don't know if I should be ignoring these or if I should just give him a chance. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. So I just kind of was like, well, you know, like playing it safe. Like, let's just get to know each other and let's see how it goes. But he didn't want to do that. He just wanted to be in a relationship, like right away. And I wasn't ready for that, you know? Like, coming off the last relationship that I had, I want to be careful with who I'm putting my time and effort into, if that makes sense. Like, I don't want to sit here and waste another year and a half being like, I love you, I love you, I love you, I want to be with you, you're the one for me, blah, 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 and then nothing. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it anymore, you know? Like, I just feel like I gave too much to that relationship, and like, when it was gone, I literally had nothing, you know? And that makes me really sad. I'm really sad that I did that to myself, you know? I'll just say that if you're ever on those dating apps, like, just be careful, you know? Like, be careful, first of all, of course, because you don't know them. But secondly, like, so many of these guys, I'm not even kidding you, they act exactly the same. They act exactly the same. So it's easier now for me to kind of be like, you know, like, I know where this is going. I can tell you 1, 2, 3, and 4 exactly how this is gonna go, how it's gonna end, text, no text, ghost, no ghost. Like, I can tell you exactly what's gonna happen because I've been through it so many times. And like I said, so many of the times they act exactly the same. So just be careful, you know? And again, like, a lot of these guys that are on this app, from what I've seen, they're either super, super lonely and like just want anybody. They just want anyone. Or they are just looking for friends or whatever. Like, first of all, if you're just looking for friends, don't be going on a dating app. Secondly, like, those are the guys that don't say that at the beginning either. They say that after you already like them and want something with them, and then they're like, oh, well, I kind of just, like, I just want to be friends or whatever. And I'm like, could have told me that earlier and I wouldn't have wasted my time. Thanks for nothing. Okay, so I just did my eyeliner off camera because I wasn't gonna show it anyways. But yeah, so that's kind of been my experience with the dating apps lately. And right now, I think I just need a break. I love gloss. I really love having glossy lips. This is Honey Shine from Victoria's Secret. I don't know if y'all can see that. And I got it on sale for like $6. 50 or something like that. But yeah, like I was saying, I think I'm just kind of at a point where like I need a break from trying to date and all that stuff. Like I feel like I've been hurt so much in this past year that like, I don't know, I'm just like over it. I'm just so over like meeting up with these guys and hanging out. Like I've literally only like been on a date like where they said like, do you want to go on a date with me, maybe once, and that was it. Every other guy's like, do you want to chill, do you want to hang out? Like nobody wants to go on a date or like get to know you. Like that's my biggest gripe right now. It's just that like it's hard. It's so hard finding someone that just wants to like genuinely like get to know you and talk to you, find out what you like, what you don't like, and I don't mean like, oh, what's your turn-ons and your turn-offs. Like seriously, get your head out of your butt and start actually actively trying to get to know people. Like, what's my favorite color? Do you know my middle name? Do you know my last name? Do you even know my first name? Like that kind of stuff, you know? Like, what's my favorite movie? What kind of movies do I like? Who's my favorite singer? Anything, like just things about me that I would think if you actually like me, you would want to know, you know? And it's just frustrating, you know? Honestly, I just feel like I'm at a point where I have to really decide what I want. And I'm not going to be someone that's like, I'm done with dating forever. I never want to date anybody. Forget it. I don't want love, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm not that person at all. Like, I want to be in love. I want to find love. I want to get married. I want to have kids, all that stuff. Like, I've always wanted that, and I still do. But for me right now, I think it's just a matter of what is important right now. And I don't know, I just don't think that the way I've been meeting these guys like on Facebook dating and stuff like that, like it just has not worked out for me. And I think right now I'm just tired. I'm just tired of the same old guys, the same old story, the same old thing happening. Like, I'm just over it, you know? And I just really want to meet somebody different. I want to meet somebody that wants to get to know me, that wants to talk to me, that, you know, do I want you to want me? Yes, duh. Every girl wants that. But that's not it. Like, I don't want you to just want me and that's it. Like, I want you to want to get to know me, like to really like know who I am and like talk to me and spend time with me and take me out and let's do stuff. Like, let's go to the mall, let's whatever. Like, you know, I don't think that's asking for a lot. And most guys think that that's asking for a lot. And I don't understand, you know? And I just don't like to be rushed either. I don't like to be rushed into a relationship. I don't like to be rushed into anything. And I feel like in my last relationship, I rushed everything because I just like, I liked him so much. Like, I just wanted everything to just like happen, you know? And I think the excitement is good. And I hope that I can find someone that gives me that excitement again, but I don't want to make the same mistakes. And I don't want them to make a mistake either, you know? And I think that that's where getting to know each other makes such a difference. And we'll say this because my last relationship, I was with him for a little bit and we broke up because I let anxiety get the better of me, and I was like, I just need a break, like, just give me some time, whatever. And I broke up with him, but we remained friends. But like, we actually remained friends. Like, we were hanging out with each other, like getting to know each other. And honestly, like, for me, it got to the point where like he was my best friend, like my best friend, and I loved him, and I still love him, but I loved him even more, like with all of my heart. Like, I loved him so much, and I fell in love with him. I felt like I was falling in love with him before we broke up, but then like getting to know him more, like I really, really fell in love with him. And then things happened. He didn't feel the same. We broke up, or weren't together, whatever. And it happens. But what that relationship did teach me was that it's so important to be friends and to have that bond and that friendship when you're going into a relationship with somebody. Because if you don't have that, it's not gonna last. Like, you have to like be friends, like want to be around each other, to want to spend time together, not just to have sex with each other, not just to touch each other, not just to kiss each other, not just to say, oh, I love you, I miss you, oh, blah, blah. If that's all you say to each other, that's not a real relationship. Like, that's just filling up space with words. Like, it doesn't do anything. Like, because I had that. Like, this guy would always be like, oh, I miss you, oh, oh, do you miss me? I miss you. Do you miss me? Do you miss me? Do you miss me? And I would just be like, you just asked me like 5 minutes ago. Like, no, if you want me to be honest, I don't miss you. Like, I'm already talking to you or whatever, And for me, like, it sounds harsh, but it was just because I was like, you're not giving me anything else. Like, you're not giving me any depth. You're not telling me like your story. You're not, doing anything else. It's just, oh, I miss you, I miss you, I miss you. Oh, I want you, I want you, I want you. No, like, I want to get to know you, like, as a person, and I want you to want to get to know me. And when you do, and if you are good for each other and you become friends and it turns into something, then that's the best part, And that's how it was for me in my last relationship. Unfortunately, it wasn't the same for him. The more he got to know me, the more he didn't like me. So, oh well. But for me, it was like really important to get to know him and become friends with him. And getting to that point of being best friends was where I was like, oh my gosh, like, I love this guy. Like, I am in love with this guy. And I hope and I pray with all my heart that I will find that again, or even better, with somebody else. And honestly, at this time, I just haven't. So I just have to wait, And I'm kind of at a point where I'm 26, and I know that that's not super old, but it is kind of getting me to the point where if it doesn't happen soon, I really don't think it's gonna happen. And I'm trying to be okay with that. I'm trying to be okay with, if I never have kids, is that okay? If I never get married, is that okay? Like, I'm trying to prepare myself that if that does happen, I'm gonna be okay, you know? And so, yeah, I think if you're at that point, because I know it's hard, it's really hard to be at that place to think like, oh my gosh, like, what if it never happens for me? What if I never have kids? What if I never get married? What if I, I never have a boyfriend? I never have whatever. Like, what if that happens? And it sucks. It's a sucky thing to think about. Like, you don't want to think about that. I don't want to think about that. But it's reality. Like, it is something that you need to think about. And I don't know. I just think that if you end up meeting somebody and it works out, you get to know each other, you decide you want to be in a relationship, then that's great for you. And I'm so happy, and I would be so happy if that happens for me. But if it doesn't, it's okay. We have to have other things in our lives and, other people in our lives that mean something to us so that we can focus on them and focus on those things, And a relationship, like a romantic relationship, is great, but it's not everything. And, you can apply that to a lot of things. Like, it's not just about relationships. Like, if you have the relationship, but you don't have friends, well, appreciate that you have a husband or a significant other, because a lot of people don't have that, And just like with family, if you don't really get along with your family, but you have a lot of friends, well, that's awesome, Think about the people that don't have any friends, You gotta kind of look at your blessings where they're at. Like, appreciate them for what they are, because there's somebody out there that wants what you have. And I think we just have to be grateful for that and work on yourself. I have to work on myself, obviously. I think that's another big part of why it hasn't happened for me, because there's a lot of things that I still need to work on, and there's a lot of things that I need to get over from my past, and things that kind of hinder me in a relationship. And if the right person was to come along, I don't know that I would be the person that they want at this moment, So I want to be that person, and I hope that they're getting ready for me too, whoever they are. If there's a destined person out there, I don't know. But yeah, I just think that right now for me it's just gonna be a time of trying to focus on other things. And if a date or a guy, whatever, would come along, then cool, I'm gonna take a chance on it, whatever. But I'm not gonna make that my main focus or my main goal in life. It's just gonna be one of those things, But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's just a lot of me rambling and talking about what I've been going through in relationships, and I hope that if you get anything from this video, it's just that whatever point of life that you're in, it's okay. You don't have to keep up with anybody. You don't have to compare your life to anybody else's. You don't have to compare your relationship, what would you say? Like, your relationship, like how good you are at relationships. You don't have to compare that to anybody else. You don't have to compare anything of yourself to anybody else, because you're not them. And that's another thing that I'm learning, is that it seems like it happens really easy for a lot of people, and I just could never understand why it doesn't happen easy for me, but that's okay. It's okay that it doesn't happen easy for me, because when it does happen, it's going to make it even better. But again, if it doesn't happen, that's okay too, because I hope that I'll have fixed my focus on the right things to where it's not even going to matter if I do or did or didn't get a relationship. You know, it's all gonna be okay, folks. It's all gonna be okay. Wipes her tears from crying. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, comment, like, subscribe, all that stuff, and share this video if you liked it. And let me know if you have any relationship advice or any singleness advice or anything. Just leave it in the comments. And yeah, everything's gonna be okay. Hopefully I'll have a better update for you guys in the next relationship talk video. You never know. But yeah, so I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.